I have to admit, it did look pretty slim back there. But we made it through eventually, eh, boy? He's actually let me start to pet him now. That's something, eh? Storms really do bring people together, I suppose. And anyway, we just about survived that. The devastation it really is something. Trees have toppled over. Debris is everywhere. Unfortunately, some wildlife has faced the consequences of said terrible storm. However, what we've noticed is the emersion of these particular tenacious creatures. These are the Chupacabra. You can hear them in the background. They're currently feasting on the carcass of a goat. Now, as stated in my journal, these goats are seen as sacred in this land due to being a potential host for the ever so present Jersey Devil. But these Chupacabra don't really care about that sort of thing. They just want a decent meal. And these opportunists, these scavengers, have decided to emerge after the madness that was the storms, courtesy of the Thunderbird, and feast on the rewards, basically. Now, these particular animals have adapted to have their nostrils at the top of their snouts as opposed to the bottom, so they can literally nuzzle their snouts into the entrails of a carcass and get the most out of it. A personal favourite part of an animal for these Chupacabra is the blood. The fresher the better. And they use their elongated snouts to, as I say, to essentially bury their jaws into the carcass, and using their anteater-like tongues soak up every last drop of blood. Now, to see such a sight from these creatures is adorable, menacing, and disgusting all at the same time, which is quite a feat for such an animal. And I have to say, their obliviousness to the will of the Jersey Devil is something to truly admire. It can be assumed that these animals are hunted by his followers, due to them essentially committing treason whenever they see fit. But the Chupacabra still continue to thrive even to this day, even after that damn thunderstorm. It really shows you how hardy and willing to survive these creatures are. And it also shows a hint of rebellion from them. They're not the only ones that show it, but it is noticeable that some creatures just tend to be oblivious or utterly intolerant of his ways, as if they reject him, similar to some humans, or even myself in this case. It's encouraging, in a way.